As a Christian, it is essential to approach the topic of climate change with a critical and nuanced perspective, recognizing that the issue has been politicized and often used to advance a particular agenda. While some Christians may be convinced that climate change is a pressing issue that requires immediate attention, others may be skeptical of the science and the motivations behind the climate change movement. Regardless of one's stance on the issue, it is crucial for Christians to engage in the conversation and promote a biblical perspective on the matter. First and foremost, Christians must recognize that the Bible teaches us to be good stewards of the earth and its resources. In Genesis 1:28, God commands Adam to subdue the earth and have dominion over it, which implies a responsibility to care for and manage the natural world. This mandate is often cited as a biblical basis for environmentalism, and it is essential for Christians to take this responsibility seriously. However, this does not necessarily mean that Christians must accept the alarmist rhetoric and drastic measures proposed by climate change activists. One way that Christians can fight back against the fake climate change agenda is by promoting a more balanced and nuanced understanding of the issue. This involves recognizing that climate change is a complex and multifaceted issue that cannot be reduced to simplistic slogans or soundbites. Christians should engage in a respectful and informed dialogue with others, seeking to understand different perspectives and to promote a more thoughtful and considered approach to the issue. This may involve challenging the assumption that climate change is primarily caused by human activity, or that it necessitates drastic and costly measures to reduce carbon emissions. Another way that Christians can push back against the climate change agenda is by promoting a biblical view of human dignity and prosperity. While some climate change activists may argue that economic growth and human prosperity are the primary causes of environmental degradation, Christians should recognize that human flourishing is a fundamental aspect of God's plan for humanity. The Bible teaches us that humans are created in the image of God and are endowed with inherent dignity and worth, and that our purpose is to glorify God and enjoy Him forever. This means that Christians should promote policies and practices that prioritize human well-being and prosperity, while also protecting the environment and promoting sustainable development. Christians can also fight back against the climate change agenda by supporting organizations and initiatives that promote a more balanced and biblical approach to environmentalism. This may involve partnering with organizations that prioritize sustainable development, energy independence, and environmental stewardship, while also promoting human dignity and prosperity. Additionally, Christians can support policymakers and politicians who prioritize a more nuanced and balanced approach to climate change, recognizing that the issue is complex and multifaceted. Furthermore, Christians should be aware of the potential dangers of the climate change movement, particularly its tendency to promote a form of environmentalism that is often rigid in a pagan or secular worldview. Some climate change activists may argue that the Earth is a fragile and delicate system that requires drastic and immediate action to save it, while others may promote a form of eco-spirituality that elevates the natural world to a position of worship. Christians should recognize that these perspectives are often at odds with a biblical worldview, which teaches us that the earth is a creation of God and that humans are called to be stewards of it. In conclusion, Christians can fight back against the fake climate change agenda by promoting a more balanced and nuanced understanding of the issue, recognizing the importance of human dignity and prosperity, and supporting organizations and initiatives that prioritize a biblical approach to environmentalism. By engaging in respectful and informed dialogue, challenging the assumptions of climate change activists, and promoting a more thoughtful and considered approach to the issue, Christians can help to promote a more rational and sustainable approach to environmental stewardship. Ultimately, this requires a deepening understanding of the biblical teachings on creation, stewardship, and human dignity, as well as a commitment to promoting a more balanced and nuanced perspective on the complex and multifaceted issue of climate change.